Hey guys, today I'm going to show you the exact method that I used in order to find my first Amazon product in less than 15 minutes using Jungle Scout.
So here I am in my Jungle Scout account on junglescout.com. For those of you who don't know, Jungle Scout is essentially Amazon.com but for sellers. So they have redesigned Amazon's catalog in a format that is friendly for sellers. Their website consists of the product tracker, the product database, the niche hunter, which we won't be focusing on, and the Chrome extension. I have it up here in the right-hand corner. The Chrome extension is a one-time fee tool that can analyze every product on a certain page and give you data about it. The product database is the thing that we are on right now. It is used for finding products to sell on Amazon using certain filters that I will take you guys through later. And the product tracker is what you will use once you find products that look intriguing to you. And it is where you can store them and come back later and see how they've continued to perform over time. So I'm just going to take you guys through the filters that are often used for finding products. So first you start with your marketplace. USA is usually the recommended marketplace. However, if you are from one of these other places or think you have a good opportunity in one of them, go ahead and search through those. Just know that the American marketplace is where you'll see the most sales and the most competition. So coming to the categories, you can see I have a lot of them turned off. These are the ones in gray, typically because these categories are tough to sell in. They either have gated categories where essentially you're not allowed to sell in them until you are ungated, or they are categories that are tough to find products that can sell well, or you're going to have to be dealing with legal or safety issues. So for good reference, use the categories that I have in orange here that I'm filtering for. You can make your own judgment calls on, say you want to be selling, I don't know, a beauty product, but that's one of the gated ones. So I don't know, maybe you want to sell a musical instrument. You can go ahead if you make musical instruments. It's just not what I would recommend if you're starting up a new Amazon business. Over to the right here, we have our filters. So when you put in these minimum and maximum filters for all of these categories, down below it will show every product currently on Amazon that fits within those filters. So I'm going to go through one by one and explain my thinking on each filter. For price, a good range is between $17 and $50. You can see these products here sell $23.99, $32.99. Only products that sell between these values will display below. So why these prices? You don't want to be selling too much less than $17 or so per sale, because with fees, shipping, product cost, you're going to be left with low profit margins if the price is much lower than this. Alternatively, prices higher than $50, people tend to do a lot more research and buy from a more reputable seller. So if you're too much over $50, you'll have a tough time selling without being a very professional brand. And this is kind of known as the impulse buy range. Next, our net. This is essentially after your FBA fees, what are you left with? So if a product sells for $17, Amazon's taking $4 in fees, that would be acceptable, but any more than that, and we would be cutting into our profit margins too quickly. So from this net, you will still have to factor out your shipping costs and your product cost, but it's a good minimum to start. Next, we have rank. You can play around with this rank a lot because rank varies from category to category. But between these two values, I've just found that products tend to be not too competitive, but still having a decent amount of monthly sales. Estimated revenue. I've only put a minimum on this value. If you're selling 3,000 in revenue, you're probably making 1,500 or so in profit, and anything above that is great. So 3,000, you can play around with this number a bit too, but you definitely wouldn't want to go any lower than 2,000 or so. Reviews. So reviews are essentially how Amazon sellers filter out products that have a lot of competition. Like I said in my previous video, if a product has 1,000 reviews or 2,000 reviews, it means that that product is dominating its listing. It's been selling for likely years because people very unfrequently leave reviews. So if you've amassed a ton of reviews, you're a very competitive seller and you've been around for a long time. So we only want to be shown products that are able to sell in a good price range and at a decent amount, while still obviously being quite new because their sales are not that high yet. Or sorry, their reviews are not that high yet. Rating, I've left this blank for now. Let's move to weight. Weight is quite important. If you're dealing with heavy items, firstly, it's going to be very expensive to ship from overseas to Amazon. And then once it gets to Amazon, you're going to be charged high fees for them to store your product. So a maximum of 2 pounds is great. My current product is about 0.1 of a pound. So it's great for shipping and for Amazon to hold. Essentially, you want smaller and lightweight products, and the closer to that you can get, the cheaper you're going to be for costs. Number of sellers. Amazon will allow sellers to sell a product if it's a generic product. So essentially just keep the sellers at a maximum of 1, and you know that you're going to be filtering by products that are not generic or that everyone can sell. And then when it comes to listing quality, this is just you can read the bullets there, but it's just a Jungle Scout's determination of how good this person's page, when you click on their product, how good their page is. So if you're dealing with people with a score of 100, that means that they've done an amazing job on their photos and their product description. They're tough to compete with because if you see someone that's selling well and they have a poor listing quality, well then you can go in there and put up a great listing with great pictures, great bullet points, and be able to outdo them. So from a 1 to 100 value, as long as you're dealing with products that are less than a 75 listing quality, you know there's a chance for you to go in there and beat them out. Product tier, we don't want to deal with oversized items as these are more expensive, so I'm sticking with standard on this search. For this search, we're not going to look at products that Amazon is selling. They are tougher to compete with because I don't think they play fair on their own website, so we want to be dealing with customers that are fulfilling by Amazon or fulfilling by merchant because those are kind of our more direct competition. And just going to use searching by 200 results per page. I will say, when it comes to setting your own personal filters, all these gurus are giving their own tips on, oh, you need to be looking for products that have this price or this amount of sales. They have to have 300 sales at minimum. But when these big YouTubers or gurus put out information like this, everyone copies, and those certain search filters, anything that would come up for those, become quite saturated. So use your own intuition. If you can find small tweaks to these formulas, find good products to sell. Maybe that means selling a bit more expensive product, but having less sales. Do what works for you, but make sure you're not going against giants with thousands of reviews and competition that is just too tough to beat. So once you hit search, you'll be taken to the products that all filter to those categories. I'm just going to go through, and if I see something that catches my eye, I will explain why I think it's a good product or why I think it's a bad product. I'm just going to be basically looking at the pictures. I'm not going to be spending too much time looking at this unless I get intrigued by one of the products. So for those of you who are new, I will try to explain a lot of what's going on in my head. So first, I mean, pens, I think they have a large duty fee when coming to North America. Fruit slicers, you know, everyone can go buy fruit slicers for really cheap at Target or whatever. If I find something that catches my eye, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so that one's not too bad. It's lightweight. I'm sure it's relatively cheap to source. It's not too bulky, so that would be something to look into. It only has 24 reviews, so they're selling 309 units per month with only having 24 reviews. So they're relatively new, and they are already being able to sell a ton of product. So this would be something to look at. I am going to put that in a new tab. We can look at it later. This one. I was looking to sell this about a month ago, but I decided not to. This is a good one though. It looks like it's those play parachutes where, I don't know if you ever played it in gym class, where you fill them with air and then jump under them and it slowly deflates. Maybe that's just what we use for them for. I don't know. It's selling at a good price with small amount of fees and very low reviews, and it's selling a lot. They're making a lot of sales. So this looks like a good product to begin with. Kind of fits all the criteria that looks good, so I will also add this to my tabs. I'll explain some things why I'm thinking no. Okay, so for example, these lightings, whatever they are, Sunco lighting, LED bulbs, you got to think that when they're getting shipped here from China or wherever you source them from, and then shipping to Amazon, you got to know some of them are going to break. Maybe someone will have made mistakes when making these, and you're going to have some faulty products. You want to go for the simpler products that like a washcloth, like we looked at earlier, that are going to be not so difficult, not so easy to break in transport. Probably too bulky. Too random. Decent, but quite breakable in transport, and probably a viral sensation or something like that, or they have a website because it's something to do with nurses, so I'm not going to go there. Things such as this, you don't want to get involved with that because it is a replacement for a certain brand, and I bet you they're not going to let you sell their replacement for their brand, and if they would, it'd be quite a niche market. So things like this where it's replacements for a certain brand or whatnot, I just stay away from. Something like that you could consider. See, like water filters, I've actually come across quite a few of these. They might look good at first, but do you really want to deal with something that's going to be touching water that people are going to be drinking and getting sick from and potentially suing you? Probably not. What else can I find here? You don't want to be finding stuff like this. Like obviously Fox Racing is selling because they're a well-known brand, and Joe Schmo couldn't go sell his gloves for nearly what they can sell it for. So you gotta avoid those brand name products too. And there's tomatoes. Can't go selling Pokemon, unfortunately, either. These might not be bad. I will add those to a product. Or sorry, to another tab. That doesn't look too bad either. Nice and lightweight. Not very many reviews. Bunch of monthly sales. Yeah, let's add that. That looks quite nice too, actually. Let's take a look at that too. So you can see I've already found 5 or 6 products up there that already have some good potential. Anyone could probably sell any one of those products, and with the right marketing and keywords and listing, you could be turning at the very least a small profit. You just kind of want to make sure that you go through a lot of research in order to find the very best opportunity. But definitely think that you guys could have some good success with any of those products I put up there, as long as you know what you're doing. Okay, I like the looks of those. Small, lightweight, easy to put your own brand on. Probably can customize the color if you wanted to niche it towards women or men or a certain theme or whatever. Fairly low fees, a decent amount of monthly sales. So if you're Rip Fit, you're making a decent amount of profit each month. So yeah, let's add those. I'm just gonna get a couple more so you guys can kind of get an idea. See, I'm not jumping over lights because you know that some of those are going to come burnt out and you're going to have people complaining about them. Not bad, not bad. Small, but a little bit breakable. See, I'm not dealing with electronics or what is this? Hair curling irons? No, thank you. It's just too complicated, and you never know. Some Chinese company probably didn't do a very good job at connecting the wires and whatnot, so you kind of want to stay away from the more complex products. The simpler they are, the less chance that your supplier is going to be able to mess them up. Okay, just a couple more here. I think these blankets, they're all sold by the same person, so I'm thinking maybe they're selling well because they have a known brand, so I might skip on from them. Actually, you know what? I think this looks like a pretty good one of these two. They're the same thing basically, but check them out. I think they're a decent one. And maybe find one more. See a lot of these Russian piping tips, Russian piping nozzles are coming up. So obviously they sell fairly consistently on Amazon. Anything else here? Also got to be thinking about trademarked stuff. You don't want to be dealing with patents or legal issues with that. And see, I would not even touch that. That's a Harry Potter reference. I don't know how dangerous that is, but I wouldn't deal with something that risky. I don't want to get sued. Let's look at this too. Here's our last product. Screen door, could probably be quite small, inexpensive. Oh, okay, they're paying a decent amount of fees, but they're selling 142 units a month with only 12 reviews, so they're worth a look. All right, so now that we've found a good list of products here, we are going to go through and search for them individually in Amazon. So, don't need this one. All right, let's start with these 10 antibacterial microfiber cloths. You basically just want to take a couple keywords, whichever keywords you think are the most relevant to that product. So I'm going to say antibacterial microfiber cloth, and then go to all departments, and specifically go in one department and search. Okay, so we have a bunch of different antibacterial microfiber cloths. So what I'm looking at is hoping that the product that we found wasn't just a one-off where they were the only good product in that niche. So 23, that's a good price. 33, good price. 16, that's that's on the border. 14, 11. So there are some in there that would be too low for us, but there's a decent chunk that are working within our price range, and you're also taking a look at reviews, so they got there probably pretty easily, pretty quickly. They're probably a fairly new product because they haven't amassed a ton of reviews. But you look at giants like this, holy, they are selling for probably years and years. But anyways, this is where we use our Jungle Scout Chrome extension. It analyzes every product on the page, like I explained earlier. You can also use the Unicorn Smasher. It's a free version of this, essentially. I found it to be a little bit less reliable, but hey, it's free, whereas this cost me, I think, 99 American dollars. So here we are given a list of these products in the order that they have been displayed to us. Obviously, it corresponds with these. So what we're going to look for is the prices are mostly in our range, so that's not too much of a red flag. You're looking for a good number of sales among the top 10 or so products. So top 10 there, 190, 300, 1,000, 1,200, 1,300, 1,600. So a bit more than 2,000. That's kind of on our lower limit of what we look for in total combined sales among our top 10 sellers. However, the amount of reviews on these top 10 products, 32, that's quite low, 23 quite low, 28 quite low, and then you do have some giants here with tons of reviews. So this product is somewhat saturated. However, these guys have found a way to sell fairly consistently. Obviously, to be ranking on the first page, you have to sell quite well while still having a low number of reviews. So this, it's a decent product. It's probably not my favorite, just based on the fact that these new guys kind of in here and here and here, they're ranking on the first page with not as many reviews, but to do that, they're having to sell for $7.99, $9.50, $11.99. So they're not making too much profit. So this is a decent product. You could probably sell a small amount per month and still profit, but we kind of want to look for a better cushion than that. So let's look on to our next product here. 12-foot play parachutes. This is one, like I said, I actually went through and contacted suppliers on this one because I thought it looked like a very good product. Feel free to steal my idea because I've decided not to use this product, but go ahead. So 12-foot play parachutes. They sell pretty well at the 21 customer reviews. So let's go in there and say play parachute. Search that in all departments. Okay. Yes, I'm going to cheat here, and since I've looked at this product before, the smaller ones here, like these 6-foot ones, aren't selling at very good profit margins. So I'm going to 12 in here to kind of filter out the small ones. So okay, now we're into the parachutes that are more 12 footers. Let's go ahead and use our Jungle Scout Chrome extension and analyze everything on this page. Okay, so estimated sales actually quite low right now. They were higher when I was checking them out about a month or two ago. But I mean, if you're in here and you're selling 100 or 200, I mean, who's going to complain at, I don't know, $2,000 to $3,000 in revenue? I sure wouldn't. The prices for these 12-foot play parachutes are quite nice. Nothing too low out of all of those. So you're looking pretty good there. Reviews, wow, great. Low reviews, basically almost all of the top 10. The very most is from 245 mounted reviews, and that's from this is the one company that I think that most of the schools and stuff purchase from because they're quite high quality and they've been selling for a while. But there is a lot of room to compete in here. So what ended up having me be deterred from them is I wasn't able to source these at a very low price. So every factory that I contacted was quoting me quite high prices, and even after a lot of negotiating, the lowest I could get any of them to budge to was $4 American, but that was for a 10-foot parachute. Anyone in the 12-foot range was looking to charge me $6, $7, $8. So I figured with the not quite enough sales and fairly high cost per product, I would choose something else. But this is definitely a thing where you could enter the market and probably be ranking on this first page for 12-foot play parachutes fairly quickly. Let's look to our next product. I don't know what this product. We'll quickly look at it. Metal grinding sanding belts. Okay, so in all departments, I don't have a good feeling about this one, but we'll see. Okay, so 19, 21 bucks, 29 bucks, 27 bucks. Okay, it's actually not looking too bad. All have some fairly low reviews. Let's see what the Chrome extension thinks. Okay, yeah, so what I feared is that we found the one, I think it was this one, that was selling 110, which is decent, but they are actually the best of the bunch. So this is just not enough sales to be worth our while. So see ya. Happy birthday. What is this? Birthday decorations. Okay. Go like this. To put that in all caps, buddy, but your choice. Okay, just as I feared. Maybe if you target it to a certain niche or whatever, you could raise the price, but balloons are dirt cheap. $2.99. As soon as I see that, $7.99, $2.99, $6.99, I know that this is not going to be a lucrative enough product, so I'm just going to put it right out of that. Here we got here the Russian piping nozzles. I've looked at these before too. Okay, so sponsored, so you don't really pay much attention to those, but $8.99 for 7, okay. $12.99 for 18. I think the ones that we were looking at earlier were the higher, yeah, 35 pieces for 24 bucks. So that's in a good range for profit. However, the ones that are only coming with, what is this, set of 7, the prices are low. So I guess maybe if you were to look for a large, 52 pieces, which would be selling for 30 bucks, like that is worth your while, but selling 7 pieces for $386, I don't even know what the point is. Like, you'd have to do a bit more research on this. Maybe, I don't know how to filter out so you're getting rid of the small amounts, but Russian piping nozzles set. Still probably going to come up with all the same stuff. This is where you can kind of spend some more time. I'm kind of doing it short for video, but you could kind of go through and filter out all the ones that are small quantities. Oh, wow. Look at those sales. Holy crap. Okay, I don't even know if that's accurate, but that is a ton of sales. Obviously, you would be kind of counting out the ones that are selling for too low of a price. With the Jungle Scout tool, you can exit out. So if this one isn't relevant to what you want to be analyzing, you can just exit out of them and it will just kind of get rid of them. So, you know, $8.99 we don't want to deal with. $8.99 we don't want to deal with. $3.86. So then you kind of have a bit better prices, and wow, are the sales ever off the charts. Number of reviews, I mean, it would take you years to beat out this guy, but this guy, he's only got 49 reviews, and yes, that's probably why he's having to sell for a lower price, but you can compete with him. They're obviously also having to sell for lower prices, but with the amount of sales, like even deep into the sales, they are making, deep down the page, sorry, they're making a lot of sales. So this would be something to look into, but you have to know that you're going to be facing some stiff competition. But there is a lot of opportunity to hit a home run here if you could get to the top of this page. I mean, if you're selling $3,500 a month like this guy, it's like 46 grand in revenue per month. So wouldn't that be nice? So, I mean, for my first product, I would probably not do this one. Maybe if you have a lot of capital to invest and want to go hard on something, you would consider something like a large set of Russian piping nozzles. Not for me, though. Okay, here, what we got? The hand strengthener grip rings. Okay, I see. They got their different resistances. Check them out. They only got 12 customer reviews, so let's check the rings, I'm going to say. Yeah, I figured you'd be seeing stuff like this, but okay, for the most part, you're getting the hand strengthener rings. I'm not liking the prices so far, and the reviews are looking a bit high for that low pricing, so I think this is looking to be a poor choice, but we'll see. The Chrome extension kind of agrees. Not enough sales to warrant competing with a higher number of reviews. And at those price points, that's just not worth my while. So this is unfortunately a no. What else we got here? The magnetic screen and the blanket. Mercy blanket. I don't even know how to search with animal blanket? Animal head blanket? I don't know. What is a nursery blanket? Just find out. Okay. Not quite what we were looking for. Blanket. Okay. That's looking better now. Yeah, it's looking great. Okay. What does the Chrome convention think? So once again, top 10 sellers on this page. Kind of looking across. Ooh, low, 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 low. Not enough sales. I mean, and if you have people with almost 1,600 reviews only selling 242 a month, I mean, I'd like that, but not my favorite so far. And they all tend to be a bit lower than our recommended price range. So, this would be a product that you could do, but why not start with a product that has better opportunity? There are better opportunity products out there. We looked for 15 minutes and found a product that looks better than this. Imagine what you could find in, a month of searching. I found my first product within literally the first 15 minutes of searching, and it was pretty quick. So I'm gonna have to take a pass on this product. There's just not that much depth in the bottom half of the search results. Yeah, you see these down here, but why aren't they up here if they're selling better? So yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on this one, but it's not the worst product to do. Magnetic screen door. Holy cow. Okay. That looks really competitive. That is too tough. Like, they're selling great, and I would love to beat them, but I could never beat them. So, right away, that's a pretty much no. So there, we're kind of left with our microbacterial towels and our play parachutes. Personally, I probably wouldn't go into these, but you could niche down and look into more similar cloths like this. You'll find something if you found like kids cloths or bamboo cloth. There's something, like, we're onto something here with this. You could definitely find something similar to this and find it easy to break into a less competitive market. But there's definitely opportunity with something like this. I'd have to do more research. And then when it comes to the parachutes, I actually think this is kind of the winner of what I found in, 20 minutes or so? I don't know. I would give this a look, and if you want to jump in and start selling 12-foot parachutes, I think you're going to make some money. But if all of you kind of jump on it, then you're all going to compete with each other. So good luck to you. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good product. I chose not to go with it because I didn't have enough probably capital that I wanted to risk up front to spend $5, $6, $7 per parachute. But hey, maybe you are a better sourcer than I am. So I'd say this is the winner for today. It's easy to brand label. A lot of people are selling it, so it's not been patented. There's a lot of different sellers. Like, oh, this guy is new since I last looked. And look at him. He 3 reviews and he's on the first page. What's his name? Ever Funny? Is that him? Okay. No, that's him. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so he's only making 12 sales a day, but he will grow quite quickly, I bet you. You look at him a month from now, and he will have a lot more sales. So he obviously saw the opportunity too, and he got right in there. But yeah, it's a lightweight product. It's probably fairly easy to ship. You might want to worry a bit about suffocation. I don't know. Maybe just do your due diligence on that. But this is a pretty good product. Like I said, it was probably one product away from being my first product. So yeah.
Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from that product research. Feel free to leave comments below and I will answer them right away. Also, please subscribe for future videos.